While tribute continues to pour for Mohbad, a 27-year-old Nigerian artist, fast-rising Nigerian artist who passed on in the course of the week, social media has been awash about stories leading to his death, and some persons are being called out. I said it earlier, Chooks is in the studio, the highly delectable co-host of the show. She's looking everly vivacious. Chooks, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Matthew. It feels good to be here. Always very, very good to be here.
Yes, and
I love being here. Really.
Yeah, I love you're looking good. Your dress looks very nice.
Thank you so much. It's a little sad one. You know, what we try to do here is to keep the vibe in the positive.
Yeah.
You know, on family platform. But unfortunately, our first story is on a sad note.
Yeah.
The Mohbad story.
Sure.
It is sad.
Yes, news of his demise broke in the course of the week, and at this time, most persons are already talking about what led to his death, the trauma he faced from his former record label owned by Naira Marley and all. I know you also followed the story, but a young man to die at this age, for me, is a painful one.
Well, a young man to die at this stage, a painful one. You know, I always say this when I get here, particularly when we're talking about young people. I always say I'm a mom, okay, and to lose a 27-year-old son, it's pretty sad. And I'm actually wondering what his parents are feeling at this moment. You know, not just a 27-year-old and any 27-year-old, but a rising star with beautiful songs out there.
Yeah.
You know, this young man started as a carpenter.
Yes.
He started as a carpenter in, where's that place again?
Ikorodu.
Ikorodu.
Yes.
You know, he's a young man who wanted to make something out of his life. And starting as a carpenter, I think it was monies he raised in carpentry that, you know, he put in to push his music. And while he was pushing those music online, people were liking it. He got so many likes. I think it was how Naira Marley found him, you know, and then brought him in, and then little we know, too many wahalas here and there. I mean, it's sad. It is sad. A whole lot of this happened, that happened, but his father said, I'm not accusing anybody.
Wow.
I just think it just happened.
His father happens to be more of a clergyman, because he said he also had a dream like 2 days before the son died that the son was shot.
No, he said he was shot.
Okay, he was shot.
Yes.
Okay.
But he didn't know that at the end of the day, his son would die 2 days later, because he actually thought he overcame that dream. He overcame the shot in that dream. And then 2 days and his son is gone. But what really annoyed me is the rush with which he was buried.
Yes.
The rush with which he was buried is annoying.
To be candid, it is annoying.
I watched, you know, the postings online, the videos,
the clips,
and his neck was broken to fit him into a coffin.
Casket, yes.
I mean, that was wrong.
Yes.
If you brought in a casket and it wasn't his size, take it back and get another one. Must you break his neck and then force him into the casket?
Like seriously.
I mean, and right there, his uncles were already gingering up on how to go face the wife, chase her out of the house with the son, and take over everything. Who does that?
Who does that? I saw it.
Are they responsible for his death?
Yes, and not to forget that that he also has more like a 6-month-old son.
Yes.
A 6-month-old son. And he's also making plans to take the son and the wife to Canada.
Exactly.
That is also being processed before his demise, because circumstances leading to his death is still very, very strange. And I think we need to come to light with this so as everyone would be at peace. This is not just the way to go. And away from Mohbad, let's go to one that is much more blissful. Remember last week on the show, we talked about Rema winning the Best African Art at the Headies Award, and this time around the young man has taken it a notch further. Just in the course of the week, he was also named the Best Afrobeat Artist at the 2023 MTV Music Video Awards. And we saw that Rema once again, she took to the stage with Selena Gomez. And the young man continued to confess his love to Selena Gomez. That's just the beauty. That's the takeaway for me. And the lovely things he said about Nigerians. And the fact that he also paid tribute to those who made Afrobeat what it is today.
That's a young man who knows his history.
Absolutely.
And when you're rising in life, don't forget where you're coming from. Don't forget those who made you. You know, I love something about that young man. The fact that he's consistent, okay? From the Hades Award, where he picked up 3 awards, and then to this particular one. And to hit 45 billion, man, that's massive.
Massive.
Thumbs up to him. I'm falling in love with the guy already. And then this is thing with Selena Gomez.
Yes.
Well, let's see where that takes them.
Let's see where that takes her. And remember, Selena Gomez happens to be older, and she's also very, very famous. At some point, she was the most followed celebrity on Instagram. And at this time, I think Rema seems to be in the right hand, and the lady seems to be so much in love with him. So, but there are reports of Rema saying he's still a virgin. So we hope to verify that someday.
Another thing I think I love about this Rema thing is, you know, for an Obama to have him on his playlist. I mean, that's huge.
That's huge. That's also, and I think the song "Calm Down" has really done.
That guy is not coming down at all. He's just picking up all the awards.
Absolutely.
He's just rising.
And away from a very blissful story to one that is not truly one to truly cherish or talk about, from Rema being a virgin, now to Moyo, who is obviously not a virgin after what we saw on social media. Yes, our heart goes out to her, by the way, as she has threatened a lawsuit against her former fiancé, who she said leaked a tape, you understand, a sex tape online. And I'm beginning to imagine what she would be going through at this time. You understand, knowing fully well that several persons are out there just cashing crews with clip of you doing the other stuff. So for me, it's not a good one, and I'm pained. And she says she's headed for the courts.
Well,
and no, before you talk, let me ask you this. Chooks. What's these things about celebrity filming themselves when...
That's where I was going to go.
What is this thing?
I was going to go
because
there.
You could see she was very conscious. I've seen the video over and over again.
Me, I will not even abuse my sensibility with that.
Like, see, because I need to have a sense of what to say.
I won't.
So I've seen the video over and over again. And my cameraman Larry has also seen the video. He has seen it over and over again.
Well done. I won't abuse my sensibility with that, honestly.
Yeah.
You see, from where you just came in now, I was going to go there.
Yeah.
Why film yourself doing that? No, what are you hoping to achieve?
That is the question.
What are you hoping to achieve? You're doing something they call private stuff. And you're filming it for what purpose? To what end? You know, sometimes I just look at these celebrities and I'm like, what's wrong with these people? That you're a celebrity doesn't mean you shouldn't have common sense. I mean, something you should do and even turn off the lights.
Absolutely.
You're now recording it. And then the fellow even says, I'm not her boyfriend. Yes. She paid me to do this.
Wow.
Can you imagine? And then here you are saying you want to sue the fellow, and he says, I was paid to do this.
Wow. For me, we hope that she goes past this phase. Yes, we just hope that this is sorted out, and I will believe that she would come out of this and come out strong. I'm just putting my words out there. For celebrities, you guys need to be careful, and for individuals who also indulge in this level, in this act of shenanigans, you need to put it in the board, because it's absolutely not a good one.
It is.
And away from that, let's go to a much more cheering stories. Nigerians continue to break records. And this time we're talking about Tony Solomon, a young Nigerian who also is in the Guinness Book of World Record as an individual who climbs the most steps with a ball on his head. This young man went into an enclosed step, like climbing to a ladder, and was also using his head to juggle a ball. So he was able to do it the most. He is now setting a new record And he's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Wow. Beautiful one. At least something to cheer.
To cheer, yes. At least something to bring you out of that mood, that mood you were.
I was already boiling.
You were boiling. Something
now,
to
I want to calm down, like Rema said. I want to calm down, like Rema said. Rema said we should calm down. Meanwhile, he's not calming down.
Absolutely.
You know, that young man, I saw it. It was beautiful. I saw it. And he said he actually did it to challenge himself and then inspire others. You know, I like it when people challenge themselves and then they hit it, they get it right. Moving from cooking a thorn to climbing stairs.
Yeah.
And, you know, the records are just there, building up for Nigerians. I think I like that. I like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. And from one very interesting news to another one that is highly cheering, the Nigerian police also in the course of the week eulogized, celebrated DCP Chioma Ajinwon on her retirement, the only Nigerian individual Olympic gold medalist as we speak. Remember that feat in 1996. Chioma Ajinwon officially retired from the force. DCP Chioma Ajinwon, what a life she lived. I've been privileged to have an interview with her a couple of times, and you could tell that this is an accomplished individual.
What a life she lived. I actually first knew of her back in secondary school because one of my seniors in high school then, Ukua Ibumbo, was part of those who first blazed the trail on female football in 1989, I guess, 1989. So she was a part of that pack at the time. That's the first time I heard of her. And then fast forward, the Olympics 96, and there she was, you know, doing her thing, flying almost. It wasn't just a jump, that was her flying.
Yeah.
You know, and moving from there, on and on, she's been African Games, a whole lot of games she's been attending. And don't forget, she was a sprinter.
Absolutely.
Before she went into long jump. So for me, she's an accomplished woman. And these are women who should be, you know, people we young ones would look up to, really.
And away from that, let's move to another very cheering news. Officially, Genevieve Nnaji is back on social media. She finally came back on social media with some very, very beautiful photos of her holidaying in France, somewhere in the Netherlands, and she's officially back on social media. Our beautiful Genevieve is back and we're happy.
Yeah, Genevieve is back and we're happy. Genevieve is back and we're happy, really. I thought we were almost going to lose that lady.
Yes.
But thank God,
she was able to surmount whatever the challenges was.
Those challenges were. And she's always been a beautiful girl anyway. So those pictures, I wasn't surprised when I saw those pictures. I said, this is the Genevieve I know. Always looking sharp.
Sure.
Beautiful lady.
And we hope she find a good man at some point, just to crown all her efforts, And I remember her dating Cooper Victory when she had a child with Cooper Victory. That was in the early 90s. I remember then. Where Genevieve Nnaji, well, for me, she's a role model, she's a fighter, and we celebrate her on today's episode of Family Platform. And we are doing a breather at this time to serve you a quotable quote as well as a song for the week. You want to stick around for the song of the week because it is one to truly, truly savor the rave of the moment. Stay with us. Wow, heroes are ordinary people who find the strength to persevere and endure regardless adversities, even in extraordinary circumstances. Heroes, ordinary people, but deep down inside they're able to take that out and become highly exceptional inspirations to you and I. What can you do for yourself? What are those things? What are those challenges? You can find that hero. And this time around, it is officially the inside segment of the show. And today we're taking a quote from veteran Hollywood veteran Nollywood star RMD Richard Mofe-Damijo, who said it is almost impossible to be faithful in marriage. And the question is, how impossible it is. How impossible it is for one to say to be faithful in marriage. Can one be faithful in marriage? Is it possible? Do you agree with him, or do you think he's just saying it from his own perspective? Let's talk about these chooks. Let me start first.
Okay.
I think I won't want to agree with him. You can be in marriage and be very, very faithful. Regardless, it comes with a lot of temptation. Because even you as the man, aside your part, even individuals who also know your wife is married would come after her as long as she's good looking. They know she's married, have a ring in her fingers, she has her kids all over her, they will still come after her. And you as the man, the temptation is everywhere. Looking at younger girls, looking at what is trending out there, looking at maybe your people you get to meet on a daily basis, people you relate with, aside your wife, the woman in your workplace, in the course of your business transactions, in the course of place where you go to unwind. I think the temptation is just out there. But if there is one thing you can't do, is self-discipline. You have the ability to say no or say yes or throw yourself at it. And you must also note that most times, these women, I'm talking from a perspective of a man now, these women don't come to you, you go to them. So if you are able to curtail yourself, discipline yourself, and say, no, my wife is enough for me. I don't want to spend outside my budget, because infidelity comes with a lot of expenses. It's not easy, I'm saying it. It is not easy, it is not cheap to cheat, especially when you're married. Let me put it that way.
My uncle says it's not a cheap pastime.
Absolutely. It's not cheap to cheat when you're married. So you must note that. So these temptations are one you can easily control. From my perspective, it is something you can achieve. It is not impossible. You can be in marriage and be faithful.
I want to agree with you.
Yeah.
Yes. For women, sometimes it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
But for men, it's usually not that easy.
Yeah.
Because, at some time on this program, I said men are moved mostly by what they see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And women are moved by their emotions.
Yeah.
So it's not that easy for men, because it's usually what they see.
Sure.
But for women, it's by their emotion.
Mm-hmm.
So if a woman is not emotionally linked or connected to you, it will be difficult.
Absolutely.
So that's why women find it a tad easier to stay faithful in marriage.
Sure.
But for men, because they are moved by what they see majorly, it's a little, difficult. And I think RMD was speaking from the point of being a celebrity.
Yes.
It's usually even more difficult
for him.
For celebrities.
Wow.
It's more difficult for them. In fact, that's why you say you go to the women. These days, they throw themselves at you.
Wow.
My SPC, they throw themselves at you, particularly if you're a celebrity.
Sure.
So I don't know. It's a serious one. We just need to work hard. It's doable.
Yeah.
Male, female, let's work hard to stay faithful. And by so doing, we'll have less breakups.
Absolutely.
Because most of the reasons you have around the breakups are just infidelity.
Infidelity. Wow. Interesting one from Chooks. You can trust that to just give it the way it is as far as such topic is concerned. And interestingly, we hope you've done justice to every bit of the show for today from the Glees. We say rest in peace, Mohbad. And also on What's Trending, we hope you guys were able to enjoy all we served you, and also on the inside segment for today. Chooks, your last word before we sign out?
My last word, actually, to the men. It's doable, being faithful, very doable. Just put your heart to it. Discipline. Stay within your budget, like Matthew said.
Absolutely. Stay within your budget, especially with this economic phase that we're in. You don't want to be spending money outside, money you would have given to your wife and kids to be fine. It's the season of school fees. Have you paid your children's school fees before you want to go and cheat? So that is another message to you if you're a man out there. Let's do it again next week. I'm Matthew Kugwe. Bye for now.